Hi everyone, welcome back. This is leg 10 of the Great Loop aboard the Perch. Today we are going from Brunswick, Georgia on up the twisty, windy AICW to Savannah, Georgia. So you can see the route twists and turns here through some of the nice sea islands. We will be going through and past St. Simon's Island and Sapelo Sound and lots of beautiful places in this low country of Georgia. As we left Brunswick Landing Marina, an AGLCA sponsor that morning, just as the sun was coming up, so beautiful lighting on the waterway, and it was a great time to begin this cruise of most of the coastline of Georgia that we would be doing in this one day. This was, for me, South Carolina has been my home for 25 years. This feels like home. This is the low country. Lots of twisty, windy rivers, lots of pluff mud. They say the salt water and the pluff mud just sinks into your soul. And with the big tidal changes here to this South Carolina girl, this was just home. So I was not actually even realizing how much I missed the waterways of Charleston until we got into some waters that were similar. The Keys were beautiful. All of Florida was beautiful cruising, but there's just something to be said for this kind of rural, beautiful waterways. It was rare for us on this day to see too many other boats. There weren't a whole lot of them out on the water, and it was just wide open spaces and stunning cruising. So we worked our way through all of the different sea islands here in the Georgia area. It was a little bouncy in some of the sounds, and we did start to pick up speed this day. There was lots of open space where we could do that. We are still considering what I'm calling our march on Charleston, hoping to get the boat to her home slip in Charleston before we had to fly out of Charleston International Airport to get to Houston for an AGLCA event. So we were working on that and traveling a little bit quicker this day. But as you can see, not a whole lot to get in our way. Georgia is kind of known for some shallow water and some shoaling, but a lot of money has been put towards dredging in Georgia in the past few years. Some storms came through and did some damage, so some additional funding was received in areas that needed it regardless of the storm, but there were some benefits to that and that there has been some additional dredging. One place to look out for on this particular stretch through Georgia is Hell's Gate, and that can sometimes have shoaling and be a little bit more treacherous to navigate. We were coming through Hell's Gate at about 2 hours past high tide, so it was a falling tide. We were very cautious. We never saw less than 12 feet of water as we came through Hell's Gate. So good day there. Make sure you stay in the channel, and it should not be a really big navigation issue. But this is the video of Hell's Gate. You take that turn to port and you continue on through. As we continued and kind of meandered back towards the starboard side, there was a pretty good kick here and some bouncy water, as you can see from this video. But it felt like safe cruising. We, as I said, did not see less than 12 feet. So Hell's Gate can be treacherous and somewhat infamous. On this particular day, it was not much of a challenge. This was also the first day that we did what I will call dialing for dockage. That is Isle of Hope Marina there. They are an AGLCA sponsor. That was our first choice of marinas in the Savannah area. They didn't have space for us that night, so we had to call another. Luckily, our second call did result in a slip, so we were able to pull into Safe Harbor Bahia Blue there outside of Savannah. You can see there's a few marinas in that area, and tucked safely into a slip for the night. That is the view of the approach to Bahia Blue right there on the Intracoastal Waterway. As we always do, I want to show you our wrap-up of our Nebo log for the day. We were underway for about 9 hours. We went 86 miles today, so a pretty long day, and our average speed was 9.6 knots, which is also a little bit more than we have traditionally covered speed-wise, and our maximum was 18.5. So you can see on our track, Sapelo Sound, it was a little bit bouncy, probably because we were going a little bit faster, but the yellow here is the fastest section, and as we worked our way up the coast, we did have a few periods where we went in that yellow range, and as you can see, several red to try and make up some ground. We will be back very shortly with the next leg, which will take us from Savannah to Beaufort. Yes, Beaufort. We did not make Charleston due to weather, so made safe decisions, chose not to go all the way to Charleston because a storm was rolling in. So our next day would be rather short. So we will be back with that video soon. Thanks for watching.